Sometimes people don't take the attention on cleansing that they should do. I would suggest you have a wardrobe of serums. So you don't just choose one. And actually in the clinical trials that we did, 100% of the people tolerated it.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Space NK channel. My name is Raquel and today I'm joined by Sarah Chapman, and Sarah is going to be going through the correct order with your skincare routine, particularly for mature skin. And I'm really excited about this one because there are some of my absolute favourite Sarah Chapman products here. So should we get started?
Yes, definitely.
What would be the first step, Sarah?
So first step to a skincare routine always is your cleansing. So it's quite interesting actually in clinic when we talk to people about cleansing. Sometimes people don't take the attention on cleansing that they should do.
Right.
So we know like cleansing wipes and things are not going to get deep into the pores, but also actually people are cleansing with the right product, but they're not really working it into the pores. They're going, oh, and then washing it off. So I think cleansing, there's so much to cleansing that can also really change your skin. Ultimate Cleanse is a really soft balm cleanser. This is one of our most popular products as well. This is what I use every single night.
And that tracks because it's actually one of the best selling at Space NK as well, the Ultimate Cleanse, yeah.
It's beautifully soft. So it's a balm, so it doesn't have any water in it. It's nourishing, it's conditioning, it's very rich in omega oils, which helps your skin to stay soft and supple. And it also helps to nourish the skin at the same time. Omega oils are also very anti-inflammatory. So everybody, no matter who, should have a really good cleansing process because it will also prepare your skin for the next products that you put on.
So the Ultimate Cleanse would be the first step.
Yes.
What would you go in with next?
And then I would go in with serums. So serums are your most potent products. So they're usually formulated with a kind of lower molecular weight, and they're usually water-based so that you can get high concentrations of actives into them. So this is where you say, today my skin is doing X. Now I need to put something on to target that, So if your skin's dehydrated, if you're noticing pigmentation, if your skin looks dull, if it's more slackening or lines that are looking obvious, or if it's sensitive, those things change all the time. So the one thing that we do is we look at skin concern rather than skin type. So I don't personally believe in skin type. I don't think you have a skin type that never changes because we all know that your skin changes all the time. Changes depending on what you're eating. It changes depending on hormones. It changes depending on everything to do with lifestyle. So we try to look at everybody as a sort of holistic picture.
Yeah.
So if you really want to get your routine working for you, I would suggest you have a wardrobe of serums. So you don't just choose one, you actually have maybe a series of them, and then you choose, depending on what's happening to your skin, what's the priority for you. So we'll often say, okay, what's our key priority today? And then we're going to put a serum on to target that. We have a selection of serums in the range, but to give you an example, Age Repair Serum and Age Repair Concentrate, these are multifunctional serums. The reason we have two is because the concentrate is the next strength up.
Okay,
So when we're using ingredients like retinoids and peptides and quite concentrated scientific ingredients, it's quite good to introduce them to your skin slowly so you don't get a reaction, and then step up to a stronger level. So, and then we've got some slightly more sort of targeted specific. So C1, our Power 1 Vitamin C Serum, if your skin is kind of dull, maybe you've got pigmentation. This is a really concentrated vitamin C, which is power boosted with niacinamide and tranexamic acid.
Wow, okay.
So it's an encapsulation of those ingredients, so it delivers it deep into the skin. And then A1, our Power A Serum, is focusing on retinol and retinal.
Okay.
Again, in this pharma delivery system. So we're able to bypass sort of the surface of the skin and actually get these to where they're needed in the skin. That also minimises the risk of those retinoid reactions.
Right. Okay.
So, you know, if you step into using retinol, you can get something called a retinoid reaction, which is where the skin sort of kicks out the retinol.
And it's usually,
flaky, bit of sensitivity, bit stingy, and redness. And so we've taken the retinol and retinal and put them into this very unique delivery system so that we don't release any of it on the surface of the skin.
Got you. That's amazing. So if you're new to it, this is a really great, or retinol. If you're new to it, this is a great serum for you to sort of kick off with, because it will get to that level of your skin without, if you were to have that, unfortunate allergic reaction or reaction to it, it would bypass that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And actually in the clinical trials that we did, 100% of the people tolerated it. So they weren't necessarily people that had used any vitamin A, any retinols, any retinoids before, but everybody tolerated it.
That's really good to know, because I think when you're looking into introducing it into your routine, that's one of the first things that you worry about, like that your skin would have a reaction to it. So to know that it passed that test is amazing. And it's like a really nice entry-level retinol, vitamin A to add to your serum.
Yeah,
it's good to know.
So your vitamin A, your retinol, great if you're somebody that wants to refine the skin, look at making the pores look better, lines, wrinkles, pigmentation, and general good skin health. It should be in everybody's routine.
Sort of good little routine going.
Yeah, it's getting good. We do also just have here Intense Hydrating Booster, which I just wanted to highlight because it's also a really popular product. It's very specifically targeting that sort of dehydration and when your skin gets totally sapped of moisture.
Right.
So it uses a low and high molecular weight hyaluronic acid. So it just brings and traps in the moisture back into the skin. And this is a super popular product because it's really easy to slot into your routine. It has a really nice cushioning effect on the skin. It's not sticky, but it makes your skin just all bouncy and soft. It's a really nice product to probably bring in at certain times of the year. Our second category are elixirs. So they're sort of like serums, but they're based in an oil structure.
Right.
So my sort of routine would be you cleanse, obviously, that's a given. And then you do serum, elixir, moisturiser.
Nice, okay.
So your serums we've talked about, and those are all that they're water-based. They've got the concentration of actives. They're easily absorbed into the skin. And then we go to elixirs, which feel like an oil, but they're actually a sort of hybrid serum oil. We've got two here, which is morning facial and overnight facial. So morning facial, you just put a couple of drops on after your serum underneath your moisturiser. And overnight facial, you can do the same, or you can just use overnight facial at night, which lots of people do.
That's my favourite product.
Is it?
Overnight, yeah. And I noticed once I used that product, I could notice the difference. Like the second time that I used it, I saw it in the morning. I was like, wow, this is glowing.
Yeah.
This is really doing extra little bits and bobs, because you put it on, it smells so nice, and then actually notice, wow, it's actually very glowy. I feel like I've had a facial, but I haven't. I've just put this on. So yeah.
I think it's that beautiful combination as well of the sort of super science with the well-being.
Yeah.
So that's your elixirs. And then moisturisers. We've got two moisturisers, Comfort Cream and also R&R Glow, which are for kind of sensitive skin. So there's a difference with sensitive skin and sensitized skin.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so if you have a sensitive skin and you've maybe always been a bit sensitive, it tends to get dry, you get red patches, you just know that you've got a sensitive skin, you can't put stuff on because it responds and reacts in a negative way maybe, then Comfort Cream would be your kind of moisturiser that you would use every single day. You can use it morning and night. It's rich, it's nourishing, it's full of ceramides and really good to keep that sensitivity at bay, but to keep the skin really nourished and moisturised. R&R Glow is designed for a sensitised skin. And a sensitised skin is a skin that is behaving abnormally to what it would normally be for you. It could be because you had a reaction to a retinol. It could be because you've done some laser. It could be you've had other clinic treatments. It could be you got some sunburn.
Right.
You know, anything where your skin actually is suddenly doing something that it doesn't normally do.
Right, okay.
And it's sore and it's sensitive and it's maybe dry or it's maybe breaking out. Then you would reach for R&R Glow, which is a sort of recovery anti-inflammatory, anti-redness, very strong clinical trials to show the reduction of redness by 50% in an hour. So it's an immediate relief. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So we use this in clinic after all of our more invasive kind of fractional resurfacing, laser treatments, etc. And we can put it straight on.
So obviously with the sensitizer, your skin is just acting abnormally. It's not typically, you know, like that. It's just something has caused it to react in a certain way, and you need a quick fix, which will get it, you know, any redness down in an hour. And that would be the R&R.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've also got some other moisturisers for daytime. So Icon Day, which is a really concentrated, powerful moisturiser with encapsulated retinol. So this is again working with that vitamin A sort of retinoid treatment, but lots of other great ingredients in here to support the skin. So whilst we're using a concentrated retinol, we've also got the support so the skin doesn't become irritated or inflamed or red. It's a really lightweight texture. People love it if they want something quite light, but super powerful. So that's going to really address for people slackening in the skin, lines, signs of aging, pigment, as you start to see that coming through. So we were sort of talking a little bit about, you know, if we're talking into sort of a more mature skincare, then Icon Day is a brilliant one for that. So if you've got your serums on first and then your elixir and
then your Icon Day. Okay.
And then Dynamic Defense and Dynamic Defense Concentrate are our two other daytime moisturisers. In the same way we have two strengths with the age repair, they're the same with Dynamic Defense and Dynamic Defense Concentrate. So using the retinol palmitate vitamin A, but stepping up the levels. And also this one is fully loaded with antioxidants.
Okay.
So that also has a SPF 15 in it. So you've got a nice little layer of sunscreen. And then we have Skin Insurance, which we do in an SPF 30 and an SPF 50. And that is your sort of final layer of protection. And we do that in a sort of invisible and also a tinted version as well, which is really good for protection. And anybody that's concerned about their skin should use an SPF.
SPF, yeah. Definitely.
How many times have you heard that now? Probably.
Do you know something? Quite a lot of times, but it is really important, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, and I think, you know, when you start to use SPF, you do actually notice the difference in your skin quite quickly as well. Sarah, thank you so much for this. I think for me, my skin is going to stay looking like I'm 21.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
So I've noticed a couple of products before we wrap the video, just in the front there. Is it an eye and a lip?
Yeah, so eye recovery and overnight lip concentrate, which is super popular at the moment. So obviously you have your regular routine for the skin, but we've also got targeted areas to look at. Eye recovery is like a very lightweight cream. It has also some makeup technology in it. So it has hyaluronic filling spheres and some light reflectors. So when you put it on immediately, you look kind of fresher, which is always very helpful.
A little bit more awake.
And then overnight lip concentrate is a lip balm, which is also infused with lots of great ingredients. And actually this has an applicator and you put it right over the edge of the lips as well as on the lips because it treats the lines and the breakdown of collagen in that area as well. And this at the moment is super, super popular.
Yeah, perfect. I'm going to give that one a try as well. I've added so much to my list at this point. So if we're going to do a quick wrap up, we're going to talk about the order again that you should be doing your skincare routine in. So we'd start with the cleanser.
Yeah, so always a really good cleanse. You take your time to cleanse. Really do it thoroughly and choose the cleanser that's right for you. Don't strip your skin, don't dry it, because then your skin is constantly trying to rebalance when actually it should just then be absorbing your serum. Yeah. So we go from cleansing, and then your three key steps are serum, elixir, moisturiser. So if you just think like that as your three steps, and then really your cleansers are given, your SPF is a given. Yeah. You know you've got to do those. So just think serum, elixir, moisturiser. And then things like eyes, lips, masks,
little
hands.
additions.
We've got all of those to sort of pepper around to treat specific things.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. I feel like I've learned so much from this chat. So that is going to complete this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. We are going to link all of these products that we've been speaking about in the order that we spoke about it in the description box below. So if you guys want to shop any of them, you can find them in the description box below. Thank you again, Sarah, for joining us. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.